Morning, morning, all you crappies out there. Today, as you can see, we're in the middle of the woods right now. Oops, we're in the sun there. Sorry about that. Today, we are fishing the Chippewa Flowage just east of Hayward, Wisconsin. It's a big body of water. It's like 1,700 acres of water, something like that. I don't know. And we're going after crappie, obviously. There's some pretty good smallmouth and largemouth bass in there. And then I brought my muskie rod, but I forgot my net. So we'll see if I throw for muskie or not. All right, let's get this boat in some big water. Do it. Where'd the boat go? Yeah, so we made it here. Took a lot longer than I thought it would to get here. A lot longer drive, but luckily there's not a whole lot of people at the boat launch. I just talked to a guy who just launched his boat. He says usually on Saturdays this place is packed, but we had a huge cold front come through. It's like 60 degrees right now. Last weekend was like 92, so it's a big drop in temp, but hopefully they're still gonna bite. Game plan today, I was talking to some other guys on some fishing boards. There's like 6 rivers that flow into this flowage. So they said you got to find the old river bottoms, and then you got to find structure like on bends of those river bottoms, and that's where the crappie are holding up. This bay is literally a mile long. It's a mile-long bay just to get out to the main lake. So let's get going. Okay, so here is what I'm doing. I'm trying to find the edge of these wood piles, and these are all fish hanging out here. So I'm just trying to find the edge of them. I got a buoy marked out pretty much right on top of one. And I'm just gonna be in between these wood piles, and I'm hoping that I can get down beneath one of them and get some bigger crappie. So I'll bring it back when I get on them. So I only got one fish so far. Been out here for like 2 hours, and one small crappie. But this is the coolest thing ever. Now this looks just like an island, right? Looks just like an island, except, let me turn this back on. It's called a floating bog. And basically it's just this marsh swamp thing that actually, I don't know if it actually floats. I mean, I'm assuming so, since they call it floating bogs. But so the edge of it is right there. It goes down 15 feet straight down from the edge. I don't even know if it's actually connected. I don't think it's connected to the ground, but I'll show you right here. So I'm literally 8 feet from shore, and it's 19 feet of water. 20 feet. That is insane. That's insane. And I am marking schools of fish down there, so I'm just gonna keep trolling this shoreline. It's noon right now. I might switch to smallmouth or start throwing muskie baits. Oh, this is what happens when you sleep in. You miss that morning bite. So we'll bring it back when I get something. Dang it. Before I turn the camera on, I had 2 little largemouth bass. Caught 2 bass on one rig. Well, that's the second fish of the day. It's a little largy. So finally, it only took me like the entire day. Finally got some on the little marabou white and chartreuse, and then I got a 11.5-inch crappie right there. Oh, sorry if you're in the sun, but here we go. So we finally found a school that is willing to bite. I'll try not to get that camera in the sun, but took forever. I've been out here since about 9:30 this morning. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we got our first decent sized crappie, 11.5-inch fish. And they're stacked up on some structure, but it doesn't look, I don't know if it's just a big weed bed, but I don't or if it's crib piles. I can't really tell. But this Chippewa flowage has been kicking my butt. Kicking my butt. I've been drop shotting for smallmouth, haven't got any of those. Threw for some muskie for a little while. That got exhausting. There we go. Got another one. He doesn't feel as big, but that is another crappie. So they are definitely hitting the black and chartreuse colored jig head. So I'm going to switch that top one. This top one I have here is it's a blue and silver tail, but they like the black and neon, so we're going to go with that. Finally, ooh, that's a good one too. It's a good guy. Please tell me I'm rolling. I am. It's another good size crappie. Other than that, ouch. These aren't absolute giants, but they're definite eaters. They're still hitting that bottom jig, and I think it's because I'm reeling it in. It's not a true vertical jig presentation. It might either be the marabou jig with the white and chartreuse, or it is definitely because when I reel it in, this is the trailing jig and they want to hit that. But another 11-incher for the live. I'm casting it out probably, I don't know, 25 feet. I'm letting it drop down pretty much until my line goes to a 45-degree angle. Okay, and then I slowly just start turning and pulling my line back. I don't even reel really much. I just slowly pull it back. I think with the wind, and this is a river system, so there might be a little bit of current pushing my jig back into my buoy there, and they're just barely biting it. I'm not even feeling very hard hits. There's a fish. There we go. It's definitely that black neon color. That feels like a good one too, and it is. Whew. Oh boy. Can you get water on the camera? I bet he did. It's another good one. They definitely want that black and chartreuse. Earlier this morning, like at 10 o'clock, I caught one crappie on a different crib pile. And that's exactly what it hit on, a black and chartreuse tube. It's kind of stained water. I mean, it's probably about 6 feet visibility. But it's definitely, the cool thing about this is there's two sides of this lake. There's the river system side, and then there's what's more like a big lake on the west side of the, there's a county road that goes right between the middle of it. But the river system side is rust colored water. It's like a brown iron ore kind of stained. And the lake side is this pea green colored water. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, crappie number 3. They like that marabou jig with that black neon, but I anchored up, so hopefully they keep biting. I keep getting into these bigger class of crappie here. We'll see. This is not a big class right here. This is a little guy. This is like a 7-inch crappie. That is not what we want. I'm gonna try casting on different sides of this little crib or wood pile. Maybe a different angle. Bring the bait in at a different angle. All right, I got another one. Got another good one too. I was making a sandwich. A little dinner. Another good sized crappie. Oh, dripping crappie slime. Nope, stay in the boat. Stay in the boat. It's another 10.5-inch fish. Not a huge school. I mean, not a huge class of fish, but you know what? I'll take them. I'll take them for right now. It's 4 in the live well. 4 in the live well. Yeah. So today wasn't the greatest. I don't know. It's just such a big body of water, and if you've never fished it, I found structure. I found wood piles, and I caught a few crappie. Maybe, I don't know. I tried different colors too. Tried everything. And the only ones I caught were on that dark, or the black and chartreuse tail. And then they shut off, so, and it's still like 7 o'clock. I'm not done for the day, but I might be done with crappie. I might go on to just throw them for some bass, because crappie that are here, they're not turning on at all. So, unless we find more, then we'll cast more. But right now, I think we're going to go for some bass. So I didn't really shoot an outro for this video. It was such a long day and I had a long drive back. I just didn't do it. But there's a few things I wanted to mention. First of all, if you're ever in the Hayward, Wisconsin area, northwest Wisconsin, be sure to check out, they have the Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame there. I didn't get any footage of that, but it is a pretty cool place. Also, I mentioned these floating bogs, so I did a little homework, and I guess, I'll link the site below. But so the Chippewa Flowage was flooded in 1923, and these floating bogs are like mud flats or peat bogs or something, and they actually float because I guess there's now debate. They want to anchor some of these bigger bogs down, but because every fall they completely move around. I wanted to get footage on my GPS of my fish finder on the west side of the Flowage. There was actually an island on the fish finder, and I looked up, and it was actually right where I was fishing on those bogs. It's straight behind me. hopefully I'll show the video here. Straight behind me, it's just open water. On the actual GPS on the Navionics chip, there's a large island on the map. Well, it wasn't there because that's the main channel now. That bog that I was fishing on the map showed just open water, 20 feet, that entire thing. That entire basin. So yeah, here's some cool pictures of it. I don't know if you can see it or how well you can see it, but I'll link this page below. It's the Chippewa Flowage Resort Association. But yeah, so 1923, much of the land was flooded. Much of the land that was flooded was a swamp. Many of these swamp areas was actually peat bogs that floated to the surface. Over the years, seeds were scattered by the winds and birds flying overhead and germinated on the bogs. So now there's actually full-grown trees floating on these bogs, not full-grown trees growing on these bogs that are floating around on this big lake. They move every single year. Pretty crazy. Let me know in the comments if you've ever fished something like that, because that's a pretty interesting thing. I didn't have the greatest success. Obviously, it's difficult. I've never fished that flowage ever in my life. So to go up there one day and try to find fish, I'm happy. The fact that I did my research, I mapped out, I went on Google and found some spots that I thought would be interesting. I talked to some people on some fishing forums, and they gave me some information. So, I caught some fish. It was fun. I'm definitely going to do it again now that I kind of know the area. I think I'll have better success. But so, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Obviously, bottom right hand corner, hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. And we'll see you next time.